Welcome back to Robin Reviews. Today I wanted to talk about one of my favorite board games, but it's a board game not many people have heard about. When I was growing up, and now, in fact, I like to uh, figure out anagrams and things like that. And so I don't even remember what year I got this board game in, but I wanted to show you guys it. Because if you ever see it, and if what I describe is something you'll like, you should try and pick this up online. So this is called Mystify. My dad and I used to play this all the time when I was growing up. And so what I thought I'd do first, I'm going to show you guys the board and what you have to do. So what you have to do is you have to go around the board. Actually, I'll just show the middle part. You go around the board. There's 3 panels the same size. And you go around all the edges. And there you have to answer from categories which are either, it says name, so it's popular first name, numbers, etc., which is like, it gives you a clue, but it could be anything. First letter, and I'll give you some examples in a minute. The first letter, you're given the first letter, and then also the green is clueless. Or you can land on your choice, which means you choose whatever you're strongest at. And so what I thought I'd do is I'm gonna read through a card and show you guys how this would work. I used to love this game, and so here's an example. So if you land on popular first names, everything is scrambled. So you're given all the letters, and then there's a timer, and you flip over the timer, and you have to, before the time runs out, answer the question. And so if you have a pen and paper, I'll walk you through it. So this popular first name, the letters are D, I, R, F, E, E, D. So we flip over the timer. And I'll give you guys a second. The answer is Freddie, Freddie. And I know this doesn't seem like the type of thing a 10-year-old would love. Like, where's my Mousetrap or Monopoly? But I loved this game because it challenged the brain. Numbers is the hardest category by far, and because you only get one guess. And so you're given 4 numbers. And so the numbers here are 6, 2, 1, 0. And then you're given the clue, and this is Hannibal wipes out Roman army, year BC. And they could be year, weight, distance. There's really lots of different options. And so the answer here is 0216. But numbers is hard because it's more or less just a guessing game. I mean, unless you know these things. I mean, obviously it's not going to be, start with a 6 when it's BC for Hannibal. So there are some process of elimination, but having that one guess. Now, I do think, if I remember correctly, I don't have the rules anymore, but I do think if I remember correctly, if you're playing with more than 2 people, there is an opportunity for more guessing, because then it's back and forth. But when it's one-on-one, my dad and I used to play, you got one guess. And you either got it or you didn't. And the way we played to expedite the game is, so say it was my turn, and I guessed that year wrong, then my dad would roll, and wherever he'd land, so he'd benefit from me getting it wrong, and then just expedited things because otherwise you only roll if you get it right. The next up on this one for etc. for this one is place, and the letters I got on this one card N B T O O S. You'd flip over the timer, give them 30 seconds. And it's Boston. The first letter here is a mystery person. A mystery person can be someone who's alive, dead, or fictional. So the first letter of their last name starts with a C, and then the other letters are T, U, U, A, O, E, S. That is, in this case, Jacques Cousteau. Now, I think they try to be tricky in these cards and how they arrange the letters in the clue, because like putting U, U, A, O, E all together kind of throw the brain off. But again, Jacques Cousteau. And the last one, clueless, it's literally just a number of letters. There's no clue, there's no person, place, thing, it's just a word. And so here the clueless letters are R, D, A, P, E. and it's the word they're looking for is parade. The reason I find Clueless so difficult, other than the fact that there, mainly there isn't a clue, is that, but it's not just because there's no clue. It's because of what having that clue does. I think when you have that clue, it almost automatically causes your brain to start going over a specific section of knowledge. So, like, if it's a place, you're not going to be thinking of parade, or you're not going to be thinking of animals or names. You're specifically going to start going through mostly American or I'd say world capital type places. So it really helps you focus. Whereas it's Clueless, you're really just looking for any word. And again, it's dangerous. I do admire what Mystify did in the sense that I don't think there's too many instances where their Clueless word has a lot of alternatives that also work, which is good, because if you get the alternative, you don't, yes, you're right, but you're also wrong and don't get to go. And so, again, I was a weird kid. I wasn't into, like, the Mousetrap. I did love Monopoly, but I wasn't into, to Mousetrap or Operation or Battleship. I like this. It was a stretch of the brain, and to be honest, it's a difficult one. It says ages 13 and up, and I don't blame them. It says for 2 to 20 players. Yeah, if you have a lot, it's going to be first come, first serve, first person to get the answer. It goes by pretty quickly. Like, the board is not massive, as you can see. But if you ever see this online and you're a big fan of board games, you're a big fan of anagrams and figuring these things out, then I would highly suggest it. It's copyright 1997, so I'm 12 or 13 when this came out. Just wanted to share that. If you have other board games you like, just let me know what they are. If I have them, I'd love to give a review. Again, with this channel, I'm willing to review almost anything, just for fun, just to get my 2 cents on it. So I'd love to hear from you in the comments, and get some more subscriptions and likes if you're able, and I'll see you next time.